Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you why it's so difficult to be an electrician in 2021. They're almost out of everything in the store. Let me go show you. Alright, we're in the electric aisle and here's a problem that I was running into. When you're over here looking at blue boxes this year, they have all kinds of weird ones, but a normal one that it would have a nail on each side of it, like this right here, is fine. But the issue is there's only one of them. These ones right here are for when you have an existing drywall, you pop it through and these things stick behind the drywall. They don't have any regular ones in stock. And these right here can be used as a round box, but you got to pay this much for something that would usually be $1. You got to remove the metal piece and you got to add nails on it, which is doable, but look, there's only two. And they said it's been months since they had a shipment and they have no idea when it's going to come. You see down here, all the blue boxes are gone. Blue boxes are gone. Big problem. You can't find regular sized plug boxes. You can't find the 4-inch round boxes. So it gets more expensive because you got to go over here to this wall where the metal stuff is. And the metal stuff, you see they do have the round boxes here, which are $1.60. They're slightly more than a blue one. Not too bad, right? But in order to use this for a ceiling application like that, you're either going to have to get a shallow round box, which would go up there and the sheetrock would just go around it, or you'd have to put an extra piece of wood up there for this thing to get screwed to, or you got to go up in price even more and grab this. This can be nailed up there just like the blue boxes that I was talking about over there. But you see, compared to $1, it brings up to your price. Imagine if you're doing a whole house on this. I'm just doing a little project myself. Usually I wouldn't film these jobs when I'm actually at someone's house doing it, but today I'm going to film it myself when I'm doing. Now you go over here, these ones are even more expensive, but you see, we're not using armored cable or any of that stuff. We're just going to put Romex connectors on this. Cheaper to do it that way. But you see, that adds to the price too. Now I need to buy Romex connectors. And how much does that add? Because you get those boxes, which is usually $1. Now we got to buy some Romex connectors. Like, see, it is cheaper if you buy them in bulk. No, that's not the right thing. Where is it? Oh yeah, right here. See? Here, right here, you got the Romex connectors. When you punch out the box, you got to put these things on, and you get a bag of them for this price. See, they're 47 cents each. So that means instead of paying $1, you're now going to pay almost $3.50 per box. It really brings the price up. And there's a lot of other specific items that they're out of, which makes it a big pain in the butt because you can't even find them online. They're out of a whole bunch of things. Luckily, a lot of things they're out of I have stockpiled. Okay, down the next aisle of electrical stuff, something else that's a big bummer: the wire crimps. Gone. Even the steel ones are gone. I use the copper ones. I've never used steel crimps. You want the copper ones, if that's what that means. But they want the copper ones. They don't have them in stock. The only alternative to that would be a ooh, they got them in stock. When I was here a couple days ago, they didn't have these. I better buy a bag of these while they have them in stock. Because down here, the other day when I came here, they only had this giant bag of them in stock. Now, this say here is the same thing as a wire crimp. They're slightly more money. That's why most guys won't use them, because you see, you don't get too many of them for that price. When you get $7 over there, and you get a whole 100 of them, because this thing, you put it on the wire, and you have the little grounding strip come out the end there, and you can put it on your fixture. It's a splice, and it can go to the fixture at the same time. That's what's cool about those. At least they got that back in stock. The other stuff's been out of stock for months. Can't find it online or anywhere. It's difficult. You got to do all your work in metal, which costs more money. It's built better. I'd prefer that stuff, but it's not always cost effective. Yeah, and you got your cable ties right here. So you got a 100 pack for 14 bucks. You just got to know where to buy the stuff. You can get that at Harbor Freight, 100 of them for $2. It's a piece of plastic. Some things it doesn't matter if you cheap out when you're doing the electrical work. Hey everyone, today we're going to be wiring some basement lights here. Got the simple ceiling fan in the middle, and this ceiling fan has its own breaker, so it can definitely handle more lights. We want more light in this dimmer area of the basement, so we're going to put 4 basement lights around it. And there's enough slack here, we're just gonna splice right into the ceiling fan. But I'm gonna do the electric work first, then do the splice last, so at least I have light to work in. You gotta think smart when you're doing this. So here's what I got for the basement lights. Just regular keyless lights that'll run off the same switch as the ceiling fan. We're using LED lights, which use almost no power at all. Always best to get the ones from Home Depot. These will last a long time. They're very good. And don't ever buy these. They're so light. They heat up like crazy. They don't last long. They're fake LED lights from Dollar Tree. Don't even bother these. This is only here as an example. But anyways, I'm forced to do 2 of them with boxes and Romex connectors, and 2 with these because currently in the United States there's a shortage of blue boxes. I was lucky to just get these 2 because the only reason I got these because I found them in a shopping cart of returned items. They're completely cleared out. You can't find these boxes. They're completely sold out. This is the most common little box. Can't buy them anymore. So I had to buy 2 of these. It's fine. You see, this is the closest thing to this to put up inside the ceiling for these simple basement lights. But here's the issue. These right here you can get for just under $1. These are $3. Still not bad, but then you got to buy these, which is a few dollars for the connectors, so it brings the price way up. But it kind of evened it out. I expected these to be $3, but these are only $1 a piece, so that evens it out too. There's a shortage in the United States with a lot of things, even metal boxes. They were pretty short on those too. It's very difficult to find these. I went to 2 hardware stores, even Walmart. They're all sold out of blue boxes. You're not going to find those things anywhere for a long time. They're booked months because they told me the company that makes these, they're having supply shortages of the resin they use to make these. So it's going to be a while. But thankfully for me, a lot of these other parts I had here in stock at my house because I do this work for a living, so I have a whole bunch of this stuff just lying around. They were also out of crimps at the store, which I almost bought because I didn't think I had any, but I found a couple brand new cases of them. The wire crimp goes on the grounding wire, and you crimp it and you have the hook on the end. Although these don't have you don't ground this kind of light because it's plastic. You don't ground the fixture, so this is not even needed for this project. But the ground wire still has to be present in each box in case in the future you wanted to change out the light fixture. You still want the grounding wire to exist just in case. And this right here, up there where I have to splice into the fan's wire, we're going to have the little junction box up there. And I bought a black plate, so you put this and it kind of hides it so you can't see it as much from down below, because it's going to be a dark basement ceiling. And with all these blurring, really bright lights, it's also going to be a lot harder to see things up there while they're on. And there's also a few other adjustments I want to fix because the last electrician in this basement was a moron. Let me explain. Alright, for example, this is a unfinished living space, so this does not violate any codes. You can tack that along the main carrying beam, that's fine. But if you ever wanted to put a wall here and do something with that beam, it shouldn't be there. See this here? It should be up inside there. Drill a hole through here, drill a hole through here, drill a hole through here, and it should be up inside there, not where it's running there. Not going to correct that right now, it's fine. These things sticking out here go over to the breaker box, because if we ever wanted to run new breakers in this room, you wouldn't have to fish it through the ceiling. Makes it a lot easier. Those could be reused in the future. And this wire right here, which goes to the light switch right here, is a switch loop, where this is the switch that's going to control these lights. I'm running off the same wire. Now you see right here how whoever wired this just threw it in here. What if you were on the side of the wall and you wanted to hang a picture on the wall? You nail through it, you're gonna hit this. This thing needs to be tacked in the center right here, so that never happens. Whoever did this, look at, they didn't even, like, if you're a good electrician, before you put your wire through the wall, you lay it out on the floor, you get all the kinks out of it, you make it nice and flat, then you fish it through. Whoever did this did not care. Same with this wire up here. That, it's fine, it's against a plush surface, it's fine, but in reality it should have been up inside there, or the guy should have drilled a hole through every single one of these studs over to the box over here. Also, something else, I don't care at the moment, but you go over here, That, I'm gonna just leave it for now, but eventually that should have a box around it. That's so stupid, whatever last electrician did that, just leave the bare wires. Didn't even put them in a box. Moron. Alright, so up here, oh, that's a pull-up bar, by the way, that I use. Made out of a little piece of driftwood. Anyways, you're gonna have the junction box here. Gonna have it going over here, drill through this, going over here to be tacked across, go to one light, come back out, tacking across to another light. Then the other direction, we're gonna drill a hole through here, not inside the vent, it can't go through the vent. Drill another hole there. Then, gonna drill another hole through that. The back side of there, gonna tack it to first light, tack it down to the next light. Gotta measure that out so it's straight. So afterwards, this is how it looks. You always want to be as neat as possible, or people aren't going to want you in their house again doing work. Why'd I do all this stuff in yellow wire? Could have easily done it with cheaper white wire. That's only because the wire it tapped into was yellow. And you don't want to put thinner wires after the more sturdy wires. It's okay to do vice versa, but you don't want to do it for that reason. Just in case someone was to put higher voltage on these, the breaker would never flip. The wire would fry first if it's attached to a bigger wire, if that makes any sense. See, a black cover makes it less noticeable up in there. That's just a junction box. Put a few extra staples there because the last electrician to do this didn't secure their wires too well. I always secure them more than the code says. The code says there only has to be a tack every 3 feet. I put a lot more than that. Makes it look better. And I also corrected over here where this was all thrown in there. This electrician didn't even care. There was a bullshit wire coming out of here, going in there and ended. It went in the box, it was cut. So I removed it, makes it look a lot better. This controls all the lights and the fan at the same time. Because it was just dark in here before. Alright. Hope this video was interesting. Thanks for watching. Take a look at the slug eating all these holes right through the mushroom. Another slug in that hole. Another slug. You can see the end of it sticking out that hole.